It's time to start thinking about Cunha replacements. Am I going to go up to an Isak or down to a Raul Jimenez? Welcome to my team selection video for game week 17. These are my early thoughts, and of course we've got a lot of dilemmas. We've got suspensions kicking in, we've got dips in form, we've got transfers to use, so loads of different avenues I can take this week. So look, without further ado, let's have a quick look at how I got on in game week 16. I mean, there is still one game to be played, West Ham, Bournemouth, but I'm on a green arrow. I'm happy. It's been a disaster of a season, but gains are starting to come. Lewis Hall, thank you so much for your 15 points. That was massive. He was a differential. I bought in Enzo. He got an assist, although I did sell Bruno, who got bonus and scored. And then I bought in Trent rather than chasing an Isak. So feels like a bad week of transfers. Sometimes the best thing to do is do nothing. But the team is in good shape. Cunha coming in with 9 was nice. Captaincy didn't go my way, but it's fine. Solanke, Spurs score 5 and he only gets 5 points. Bit rubbish. But we move on and I'm happy with the green arrow. Guys, if you want to show support for the channel or give me a sympathy subscribe with a terrible season so far, do hit that subscribe button, but also do hit the like button and drop a comment. I'm replying to all comments in this video. So look, without further ado, let's see my game week 17 team and then start talking about some individuals that I'm looking to buy this week. So first and foremost, this is the team that I've got set up for any transfers. I've got Fabianski starting in goal, Sells on the bench, Lewis Hall, Gabriel and Trent. They're my 3 defenders. My midfield 4 of Palmer, potential captain Palmer, Salah, potential captain. We'll talk about that later. Saka and Enzo, Rodgers on the bench, and then João Pedro, Solanke and Cunha. So look, that's my 11, but I want to make changes. And when I look at this team, I think, who needs to go? Well, Cunha, we'll talk about him in a second, likely going to have to go. Solanke, I don't want to be keeping for long. And I wonder how long Saka's going to be in my team because his fixtures aren't brilliant. We might be trying to make way for the big man up top again in the next few weeks. Not straight away, Erling Haaland, but maybe by 18, 19, we might be looking at Haaland again. So let's watch this space on that. We'll talk about individual transfers in a sec, but before we do, One Football, guys, if you haven't already got it on your phone, what are you doing? Get downloading the app. There's a link in the description. There's a QR code on screen. Get your phone out, scan it, download it, and genuinely, the way you intake your football news moving forward will probably change. You'll use One Football because you'll love it. It's great for the fixtures. It's great, of course, for the results and the live scores, for the team lineups, but just for football news. If you want Champions League news, Premier League news, any league, it's got you covered. I honestly go on it first thing in the morning and last thing at night. So give it a go. It will live on the home screen of your phone. It's free, of course, and you can thank me later. Right, let's talk about some individuals, shall we? So the reason why we're looking for forwards, and I've alluded to it, is Cunha. So look, this is where we're at with Cunha. Post-match, of course, Wolves lost to Ipswich. Cunha gets 9 points. What a hero. But then he goes and attacks an Ipswich coach, right? After there's a bust, 8 Norries involved, Cunha's involved, and he rips his glasses off and sort of gouges him in the eye. Cunha's going to get banned, surely. We saw Kudus of West Ham get a 5-match ban for something similar. I expect we're going to see a big ban for Cunha, and if we do, and it's in immediate effect, and it happens, of course, this week, very likely, then we need replacements. So, with my team, I've got like 0.9 million in the bank. I can't go up to a Jackson. I can't go up to an Isak in one move. I can, however, before I talk about the budget, guys, let's just talk about Isak. I do want Isak. Now, Isak, I do have Solanke in my team. I could convert Solanke to Isak in time. Now, I tweeted saying Isak isn't a must-have yet, but by game week 21, I think he absolutely will be. So he plays Ipswich away, which I think is a harder fixture than we perhaps recognise. Going to Portman Road is not easy. Then it's Villa at home, Man United away, Tottenham away. But game week 21, if you don't already have Isak, I think he'll be in must-have territory. Wolves at home, Bournemouth at home, Southampton away, Fulham at home. That's a brilliant 4-game stretch. 3 of them are at home. So I might move early for Isak, but I'm definitely going to want him in at some point. So guys, if you can get to him this week, just like last week I said, if you can get to him, get to him. Same applies. If you can't and you're going down from, say, a Cunha in one move, this is what I think I'm going to have to do, then I think Raul Jimenez is the standout option. Of course, there's good budget forwards this year, but Raul Jimenez, whilst his returns haven't been great, I think they're about to get very, very good. And that's because of the fixtures. But let me talk about the fixtures in a second. First, let me just explain where we're at with Raul Jimenez. He isn't a 90-minute man, but he's firmly first choice. Right? There's Carlos Vinicius, there's Meniz, the two Brazilian lads. They're nowhere near Raul Jimenez caliber. And Raul Jimenez is first choice. If Meniz gets a chance and scores a brace, he's probably going to keep his spot. But as things stand, Raul Jimenez, clearly first choice, but he doesn't see 90. We've seen in the last 5 games, he started 4 of them, 67, 78, 77, 70. That's fine. I take 75 minutes of Raul Jimenez when we look at the fixtures. So let me show you these fixtures because they're very good. 3 of the next 4 are at home and they're against Southampton, Bournemouth and Ipswich. I see a high ceiling there and I really like Fulham. Behind Jimenez, you've got Andreas Pereira, you've got Iwobi, you've got Smith Rowe. Harry Wilson's been getting starts. Adama sometimes plays. Reece Nelson before he's injured. They've got strength in depth in terms of creative midfield spots. From wing back, from full back, you got Anthony Robertson one side, Tete the other. There's loads of creativity at Fulham, and Raul Jimenez is going to benefit when the fixtures are right. Now, they play Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Boxing Day fixture. I think Meniz could get a game. But is Meniz going to get a Sunday game? I don't think so. I think Meniz gets the Thursday 26th game against Chelsea, and if that's the case, I don't care because I don't expect Raul Jimenez to get points in that fixture. He'd be on my bench anyway. If Raul Jimenez gets Southampton, Bournemouth, Ipswich, I think we're laughing at 5.5 million, and I'm going to punt him in. Raul Jimenez did miss a game when it was midweek at the start of December, and Meniz came in. Again, that was for a midweek game. So I think that's what we're going to see with the Chelsea fixture. Raul Jimenez is genuinely a good option, and I know the points in terms of output hasn't been great in recent weeks. Like he scored a goal in his last 5 games. It was a brilliant goal versus Arsenal. Got bonus points as well. But I think when the fixtures are there, we can attack. And for Fulham, they're a well-functioning team, and I really like them. Let's move on then and talk about some midfielders that I could buy this week. If you are enjoying this channel in general, I do lives on Sunday mornings and a few other times. Do show your support by subscribing and do hit the like button too. Midfielders I banged the drum hard over the last 3 weeks of Amad Diallo. And I'm silly because I didn't buy him. I bought Enzo. We did get an assist, but Diallo stepped up big time. Now what we've seen from Diallo is he was playing as a wing back until in the week in Europe and at the weekend against Man City. Both those games, he played in the front 3. He's even better, of course, in the front 3. He's that bit closer to goal. Since Amorim took over, we can see game week 12, Amorim took over. 90 against Ipswich, 90 against Everton, 90 against Forest, and 90 against Man City. 4 of the 5 games, Arsenal, he was a half-time substitute. 4 of the 5 games, not only has he got 90, but he's returned in all of those games. An 8-pointer, an 11-pointer, a 5-pointer. Yeah, it's big. It's big. And then against Man City, big points again. Like, it's goal, assist, it's bonus points. So it's actually 13 points against Man City. Like, that's huge returns for a 5.1 million asset. He's going to storm it in terms of price increases. It's Bournemouth, it's Wolves, it's Newcastle. It's not a bad run. And I look at my team and think, I could definitely swap, say, a Rodgers out for a Diallo, who's just a more explosive option. So let's keep him front of mind. But then another midfielder that's returning to form is Diogo Jota, right? Like I say, return to form, return to fitness. He came on, he got points straight away against Fulham with the equaliser, 8 points in a short cameo. Will he start versus Spurs? I'm not sure. But by game week 18, that's when I want him. He's got Leicester at Anfield. I think he'll be ready to start. And make no doubt, start of the season, we know Jota was the first choice number 9 for slot. And in his absence, if Diaz or Darwin had stepped up and banged in loads of goals, we'd be going, oh, Jota's a bit of a rotation risk. Jota's clearly first choice. He certainly was to start the season. He started the first 4 game weeks as the number 9. He was then rested in game week 5. And then again, he started in game week 6, 7 and 8, where he was injured against Chelsea. Every Premier League game other than 1 he's been fit to start for, he started. 7 of 8. Jota's first choice, and I'm going to be an early adopter there, I think, as well. I'm not moving for these guys this week. I think, let's have a look at my team. When we look at it, it comes down to the Cunha ban. We'll find out more in the week. If Cunha comes out, I think Raul Jimenez comes in. If that's the case, when we look at this team, let's just... Cunha's out, right? Let's just assume. Raul Jimenez is in. That leaves me with 2.3 million in the bank for next week. That 2.3 million can straight away, whenever I want it, it's there to go either Rodgers to Jota, or Enzo to Jota, or Solanke to Isak. Like, I've got options there for the Boxing Day fixtures. That'll be a nice Christmas present. I can bin off Solanke finally. So that's where I'm at. In terms of captaincy, we have to discuss it this week. Captaincy is a big one. I will, of course, confirm my decisions later in the week, so stay tuned. I'll drop a video on Friday, which will be locking in my team, where I'm talking about if I buy Raul Jimenez and who I'm going to captain. As things stand, I've got the armband on Salah because of the defensive problems at Spurs. They were fine, of course, against Southampton. It was Southampton. When you look at that back four, and you've got Archie Gray and Dragusin playing centre-back, I'm like, Salah could have fun. And Liverpool are going to be a bit hurt. They dropped points versus Fulham. Salah could get a rest in the week as well. Let's see what minutes he gets in the EFL Cup. Remember, Salah has EFL Cup. Saka has EFL Cup. Chelsea don't, so Palmer gets another rest, and Haaland doesn't either. I did a captaincy poll on Twitter. Just early thoughts. Palmer about 21%. Salah 72, Saka 7. There'll be a few that go Isak, to be fair. Ipswich away. I don't love that fixture. I think it's harder than we think, as I mentioned earlier. But at the moment, I am on Salah. But let's see what minutes he gets in the week and see how Liverpool look. Guys, thank you so much for watching. On your way out, please do hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment, and I'll see you for another video very, very soon. Bye-bye.